Well, good morning to you. Today is Friday, July 8th. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC YouTube page. We start with Holly for a check of today's forecast because, Holly, you're tracking some rain.
Yes, and Danielle, that's what I'm starting with as we fast forward to afternoon time and we see some spotty showers. I want to emphasize this is not going to be a washout, so if you're heading downtown to see the tall ships or just going to be outside, you'll be able to accomplish all of the above. It's just maybe perhaps waiting out a shower or two in the process. So this will continue into the evening and overnight hours, and then as we get into your Saturday, we clear those skies, and my gosh, are we talking tons of weekend sunshine. The forecast really looks great. So for tomorrow, turning mostly sunny, breezy, and honestly, for this second weekend of July, so pleasant. Highs will be in the 70s and low 80s. We've got lots of sunshine ahead for Sunday. Monday, heating things up a bit, and as we get into the middle of next week, we'll just be looking at some scattered to isolated storm chances. But all in all, Danielle, we're having ourselves a gorgeous weekend here in Cleveland.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Holly. And developing news this morning as President Joe Biden is set to take executive action to protect access to abortion. AP News reports the announcement came from 3 sources familiar with the matter. This comes after the Supreme Court ended a constitutional right to the procedure 2 weeks ago. The president will speak about the order this morning and give details about it. And also developing today, the city of Akron has reinstated its curfew. This comes after more demonstrations following the police shooting death of Jayland Walker. It went into effect in the downtown area at 10 o'clock last night and ran until 6 this morning. The order will remain in place nightly until it's lifted by the mayor's office. And this video from the Ohio State Police is from Sunday's protests. Demonstrators are seen going against police who are in full riot gear. Some of the protesters took the fencing surrounding the Justice Center down. Police ultimately used tear gas to disperse that crowd. And here's some more video, this one taken by a demonstrator Wednesday, of what appears to show an Akron police officer punching a protester during an arrest. In response to this, Akron police say an investigation is underway to determine if use of force was appropriate. On Wednesday, 7 people were taken into custody. And 2 people who have connections to other high-profile police shootings were arrested in Akron. So according to sources, Breonna Taylor's aunt and Jacob Blake's dad are facing several counts, including riot, disorderly conduct, and failure to disperse. Breonna Taylor was killed in March of 2020 by police in Louisville. Police were attempting to conduct a raid on her apartment, so they claim her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, started shooting and they returned gunfire. Police say they announced themselves, but Walker says he asked who was at the door and got no response. And Jacob Blake, well, he was partially paralyzed following a shooting in Wisconsin in 2020. Police responded to a domestic complaint and tried to arrest Blake. They say he resisted arrest and they deployed their tasers before shooting him multiple times. And this morning, the Akron Beacon-Journal is reporting that some arrests were made last night. This after a caravan of about 50 vehicles carrying protesters took those protesters outside the Ellett home of Charles Brown, the city's deputy mayor of public safety. According to the Akron Beacon-Journal, the protests were peaceful. Meanwhile, there are more calls for a full, open investigation into the shooting, along with a proper policy review. The United Pastors and Missions of Greater Cleveland met yesterday at Mount Zion Church to discuss Walker's death. They say a group of highly influential ministers will ask for a national review of his death in order to stop certain kinds of interventions by police. And concerts scheduled for Akron's Lock 3 venue have been moved this weekend. Tonight's show, featuring Best of Times, will now be at Goodyear Theater on Market Street. Admission is free. Okay, now to the latest on the hiring of former Cleveland police officer Timothy Loehmann, who shot and killed Tamir Rice in 2014. Yesterday, Loehmann withdrew his appointment to the Tioga Police Department without ever carrying a badge for the small-town Pennsylvania department. So this comes after protests in Tioga, which led the city's mayor to call an open city council meeting so residents could voice their concerns. But before that could happen, Loehmann withdrew his application. The town's mayor tells 3 News he was not surprised this ended the way it did.
I raised red flags from day one. I thought it was very out of the norm that someone who grew up, lived in Cleveland, Ohio his whole life was willing to move to the Tioga borough for originally it was $16, was willing to uproot his entire life for $16 an hour. That's
Now, Tioga's mayor is calling out city council members who he says knew about Loehmann's background and chose to hire him anyway. And in Richmond Heights, police are asking for help finding the person responsible for hitting and killing a man late Tuesday night. It happened on Highland near Trubisky Road. Police say the driver hit 32-year-old DeWeet Bukella, then took off. The car is believed to be a 2008 to 2012 Chevy Malibu, and there would be damage to the left front end. If you have any information, please call police. And if you've ever dreamed of living your pirate dreams, well, now's your chance. The tall ships are in town, and these historic boats are catching the attention of would-be sailors from all over the world, including tons of locations throughout Canada. The Tall Ships Festival runs through Sunday, and it's centered at the Port of Cleveland. For more details, go to our website, wkyc.com. Okay, some good news for people looking to adopt a new furry friend. Look how cute they are. Today and tomorrow, adoption fees will be waived at the Cleveland APL. Adult cat and dog fees are waived, and kittens will be reduced to $50. This is all happening thanks to the Ken Ganley Auto Group making a large donation. This is the second time they've donated to this promotion. The last time, 101 animals found loving homes. And okay, for those of you who love the Asian Lantern Festival, well, it continues at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. This is the 5th year for the event. It features both walk-through and drive-through experiences with illuminated lantern displays, live acrobatic performances, and culturally inspired food. It runs through August 21st. Well, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on Go, starting at 5 a.m. for the Saturday edition. Have a great day.